Hello, the game is Deep Rock Galactic. Deep Rock Galactic is a cooperative first person shooter game. It's developed and being developed by a Danish indie studio by the name of Ghost Ship Games, and it is currently in early access, available on Steam and on the Xbox, I believe. Deep Rock is a 100% cooperative game where you and three other players launch off on missions. Missions usually take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour for longer missions. Your team's successes and failures on the mission are shared, so everybody gets an equal share of the rewards. So it completely eliminates that competitive mindset. So let's say you go down into a mission and you see some gold. It's not a rush to who can get it first. I'm going to mine that gold. That's my gold because I want more money. You mine that gold, everybody on your team's getting that gold. You're benefiting yourself and you're benefiting your other three teammates by doing that. And I really enjoy that cooperative mindset in such a competitive gameplays that we have on the market today. So I just dropped in, I joined in on this mission with three other people that are already in progress, and we have this detonator that we're trying to kill. They're pretty tough and they explode afterwards. But this one, when he exploded, he turned the gold around him, or he turned the ground around him into gold. So all that gold here is mineable. So I dropped my C4 bomb and just exploded it to make it kind of faster to mine. I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. You see the guy he see my little red bubble go up and kind of got out of the way. So I just did that to kind of make it easier to mine for everybody. And the gold is, I don't want to get into the mechanics of the mining, but basically you want the gold, you want all the minerals that you see. It's all used for either crafting or upgrading your weapons and stuff like that. So the gold actually transfers into in-game credits that you use to buy cosmetics and that you use to upgrade weapons. So in addition to like weapons and cosmetics, there's a perk system that you can use to get different abilities. And like right here, I'm going to use my Beastmaster perk on that enemy, and I basically make him my pet, and he'll fight for me. And it lasts the whole game, which is nice. It's not like, you get him for 60 seconds or something silly like that. He'll last until he dies. I think the skill is on a 5-minute cooldown, so sometimes I can keep them alive the whole round. Sometimes they die within minutes. It really depends on what you're fighting. But the perk system's pretty nice. They're still working on it, still making a lot of changes to the game. It is early access, so things are going to change. But it's nice. It gives your characters a little flavor depending on how you want to play. Let me go ahead and take you to the drop station and kind of show you where people gather and prep the missions and where all the interfaces are. Alright, so we're in the drop station, so this is like the communal area where other people can join in. I'm currently in my little pod here. This is where you do a character selection. Real quick, I'm not going to do a class guide, just going to briefly go over the classes. You have the driller, who has like a flamethrower and can kind of drill through areas very fast versus where the other classes have to just use a pickaxe. So this guy is like your tunneler. He can tunnel from one corridor to the next very easily. Your engineer has a gun turret, and he can use platforms. So whereas the driller's mobility is being able to drill tunnels, as more mobile than other classes, the engineer kind of shoots platforms up to allow like the scout to access certain areas. There's platforms right there. If you have a mineral or resource that's out of your range, you can throw some platforms up to help you or your teammates. You have the gunner, who is like your DPS powerhouse. He has shields that repel enemies and regenerate your shields for a short bit of time. He has very powerful weapons, and he has zip lines that are extremely helpful for traversing the difficult caves. They're invaluable in some of the maps. Let me see if the little video, there's the zip line there. So yeah, you use those to traverse certain areas, and it's just very helpful for your team. The scout can produce light with flares. The caves are completely dark. Every class has little flares that they can throw out locally that they regenerate. You have 4 of them, and as you use them, they kind of slowly regenerate. But the scout can kind of throw up a large flare. He also has a grappling gun with unlimited um, amounts. So he's a very mobile class. I think a lot of people starting off like the scout for that reason, because they don't like falling in a crevice and kind of feeling stuck and having a hard time getting their way out. So I think a lot of new players kind of generally gravitate towards scout. And then I think as your beard turns a little from green to more grayish, you start appreciating the other classes a little more. But they're all very fun. I like all of them. I focused more on the driller because that's the one where I had my most gameplay, and I was just trying to get him to 25 to promote him. But I've enjoyed all these classes. I'm still working on getting them up. So perk system. This is interesting. This is a little KPI board. If you look, there's the missions that I've completed, how much time I spent in missions with each class, distance traveled with each class, enemies killed with each class, minerals mined with each class. Oh, and then it tells you the total of what I did. But in here you have milestones that, just little achievements that you do, and then you'll get perk points. And then perks are, kind of like you're building your character, and you can use these on all your characters. You can select whichever ones once you buy them, but they're just little simple things like Beastmaster lets you charm one of the grunts and use them as a pet, and he'll fight for you. Or Shield Link, which makes your teammates and your shields recharge faster if you're close to each other. Or, if your gun is holstered, it'll reload in 5 seconds. Or a Dash, which kind of ignores slowdown effects and makes you move quickly, suddenly, quickly, get you out of the way. There's all kinds of nice little perks in here that you can buy. Damage Shield is a nice one. Thorns, where if something hits you, it takes a little bit of damage. Very nice. It's not the end all be all, but it just kind of, you pick the perk that goes with the playstyle that you like. This is the general room, so you can see here my little pod has my name on it, and everybody else is empty. But when you have 3 other players join you, their names will be on there, and they have their own rooms. You got a wardrobe where you can change your outfits. As far as outfits, you have this terminal here, accessory shop, and this is where you buy like different outfits. If you want a different chest armors or something like that, or you want a different hat or helmet or hair or beard or mustache or skin color, they have a lot of configuration in there that you can play with. What else is here? This is the mission selection, and you go into the mission selection and you can pick the area that you want to go in. If you look, you'll see each area, like this, has pearls and bismore. Each area has a primary and secondary resource, so you'll be picking areas depending on which resource you want to use or need for an upgrade. Notice this one has this little marker here. That's because I am on a mission, and that shows me where that mission is at. So here I would need to complete this mission to do this assignment. If you notice in this assignment, it tells you that there's regenerative bugs, so that is a hindrance, and it'll give you extra experience. But there's also mineral mania, which is like a benefit, and that just means there's going to be extra minerals in this map. If you look, there's a mission length and a cave complexity, and mission length will tell you how long it will take to do the mission approximately, and the cave complexity is how complex is the cave. So 3 cave complexity is the most. This is going to be large caverns connected to other large caverns, very maze-like, versus this one here, which would probably be like just like one tunnel kind of going down and spinning around, maybe with 1 or 2 branch offs. Not too hard to get lost on. Yeah, so that's kind of how you can tell. There's different mission types too. So this one's kill 3 big dreadnoughts. This one's collect 8 eggs. Every time you collect an egg, like a wave of monsters come after you. This one is you have to salvage parts and put together some mules. This one is just a straight mining mission where you go out and collect morkite. So that's what you'll be doing. I don't know why some of these are out of range. I guess like if you do too many of them, I'm not even sure. I don't even want to guess. But you know, some areas won't be available, some areas will. So the assignment board is like your quest. So this was the quest that I was on, and you can see I have to do 3 missions to complete it. And it tells you right there that I'm on the first one and I need 3 more. And then you just kind of go over and find where you're at. You can see teammates missions on the map too, so if you don't have any and then you see one, you know that's your teammates if you wanted to just kind of help them do their mission or whatever. You have your equipment board here where you can go in and adjust your layouts for your equipment. You know, do you want to have more ammo or do you want more damage? This is where you can also buy them. As you can see, it takes credits and crafting material to purchase these little options for your weapons. Multiple weapons per character. You basically have a primary with 2 options that you can unlock, a secondary with 2 options that you can unlock. You have a pickaxe, you have your flares that help you see. This is where this over here would be the class dependent areas. So he has a flare gun, a grappling gun, then you have your grenade and your armor. Driller would have satchel charge and his drills. Engineer has his gun, you know, his sentry gun and his platform gun. Gunner has his shield generator and his zip line. Over here, when you do solo missions, you have a little drone that helps you out. Since there's no other players helping you out, he can mine for you, he can provide light, he can help fight and kill monsters. So he's a good little boy. Bosco is his name. But usually I play with other players. I enjoy just playing with other players. I know some people like to just run solo sometimes, so Bosco's a good option. Over here, you can eventually unlock this mineral trading window, which, like, if you're short like a little bit of you know, pearls or something, you can buy them. If you have an overabundance or excess, you can sell them. But for the most part, I would only really recommend using this if you're just short, you got an upgrade you want to buy or a new weapon you just unlocked and you want to craft it. And you're short 10 of them, just come in here and buy it real quick. But other than that, you won't be using this that much. It's not like not a real auction house. It's just something to help you out if you're short on a couple of minerals and don't want to do a whole run just to get some. Eventually, you'll unlock the forge, which is just another way to configure weapons even more. It just gives you, you know, like this face melter here gives my flamethrower more damage, or this special power lets my scout's shotgun do like a rocket jump, so when you shoot it and jump, it'll kind of propel you. So forges unlock so you can overclock your weapons, just get additional configuration and abilities. How you do those is weekly quests, and you can also do deep dives over here that unlock every week. You can go in, and this is like a more involved 3-part mission that you have to do. Let's see if anybody's doing any. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning right now, so not a lot of people doing them. And then this is one of my favorite areas. Just a little area with a jukebox that plays some music for you.
Let's dance.
Your guy dances. This is kind of like a little social area. When everybody's waiting for everybody to gather up, you might have somebody over there working on their perks or configs. Sit over here and do a little dancing. This guy's the bartender. You can order some beer from him. You can unlock these. As you can see, this one's not unlocked yet. I have most of them unlocked. Each one of these beers does something different. It has a unique effect, which I think is pretty cool. I don't want to spoil them now, but they're generally fun. So what you'll have is, if like before a mission or after a tough mission, you guys will come over here and somebody will buy a little beer. It's just a nice little social aspect that I thought was pretty neat. That's pretty much it. And then you know, you select a mission. Let me just select anything here. I'm gonna do solo. Well, actually, let me show you this. So you can join a mission. Let me see where people are at. Let's go in here. Let's try this one. So, like, this guy is in the US. You can join him. It's just him right now. He's got 3 slots open. But you could join in. You could host your own. Has different hazard levels. I would recommend 2 for new players. 1 if you want super easy. 2 for new players. 3 once you get familiar with your classes. 4 once you start getting some gear. I haven't done 5 yet. I don't know. But 3 is usually where I'm at playing right now when I'm trying to do quests and stuff. You can do it solo if you want. Hit confirm. Boom. Ready to go. Mission selected. You got the details down at the bottom. We're going to put that at hazard 3. Do this. Solo. Hazard 1. You can do quick joins where it'll just pick based on your filters. It'll just throw you in with somebody. If you can select like the type of mission you want or the difficulty. Then you just go down into your mission and then knock it out. So that's pretty much the game. So you'll come in here with 3 other players. You'll do the mission. It gets pretty intense when you get 3 and beyond. It does get pretty intense. I was having a lot of fun with it. You're basically landing on a planet or asteroid in a drill pod.
Remember, leave no one behind.
There's my little Bosco. Now, note that it is super dark. Like, I just fell off a cliff. I didn't even see it. It's really dark. You have your little personal flare, so lighting is definitely a thing. My little Bosco will help. I can tell him to light the area up. And then, like, this is nonsense crystal, but this is actually a crafting crystal. So you just want to, like, mine your resources, and you'll gather them up. You can see down at the bottom there. You do have a limited gathering capacity, so you will want to dump them off in the mule. You just call a little mule over and you dump your materials that you mine into him. Boss goes over there tearing something up for me. A loot bug. So that's basically it. You put this on easy because I didn't want these guys interrupting me. Get some light in here. You have a map that is like a little 3D map that shows you where to go. So this one is collect eggs. So you can see the eggs. And I need to make them my pet. Here, he'll protect me a little bit so these guys stop bugging me. So yeah, you can kind of see your 3D map. It has a limited range. You can kind of see, okay, there's a corridor there. There's a corridor there. There's a bunch of eggs that I gotta get. And then you gotta make your way to it. If you hit the space bar real quick, it'll point you in the direction you're facing. So like, all right, I want to go that way towards that egg. It's that way. All right, let's head this way, kind of thing. All right, so let me get some gameplay in here of a different game. This is health crystals here to get your health back up. It's the only way to heal in the game is by finding those crystals. Your shields do regenerate over time. This is an ammo supply drop that you just seen there to the right. You can request them in, and then they have 4 nodes that allow ammo resupply. Gives you partial ammo resupply, I think like half. So you have to split it between your teammates. And one of my teammates just went down right there, so we're gonna try to get him up so we can get to the drop pod that's coming. You have limited time to get to the drop pod. It will leave you if you don't get there in time. Or if you're dead and all your teammates just leave you for dead. And that's kind of where the Left 4 Dead analogy comes from. Where you can just get left. Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes. And when you try to get to the drop pod, all kinds of swarms come out. things will grab you, try to pull you away, like that little flying thing just grabbed me. But luckily my teammate shot him, so he dropped me. But he'll carry you off away. He'll carry you high up and then just drop you and you'll die. Nothing you can really do about it. There are some perks that'll help you get out of stuff like that. But you know, it kind of makes the game kind of makes it hard for you to get to that drop pod. In this case, it's very easy. Drop pod's real close to us. But usually in a lot of games, you're really struggling to get to that drop pod, and you really have to make an effort.
Explosives, guys! Die, monsters! No!
Drop pod departing in T-minus.
Like, come on. I died on the ramp.
Explosives, guys!
And then once you're all in and safe, once you're on that, see how he's kind of not all the way in. Once he comes in, everybody's in, drop pod will launch.
Good work. We're pulling you back in.
And then, yeah, we're done. Now you get to see the statistics and look at the minerals you collected, your experience that you gained, the money that you gained, and which parts everybody got from each. And you share it. So everybody's achievements is shared with everybody. Everybody's failures is shared with everybody. So on the left you got your money, on the right you have your experience, and in the middle you have the materials. And then you all go back to the communal area, your drop ship. And here I was working on my my breach the core mission. I just got a reward and I got some perks, some perk points. And then I think at this point wanted to go over to the forge, and I think I was just going to craft some stuff in the forge. So I'll just leave this part in so you kind of see what this is like. Maybe I'll do a beginner's guide in a little bit and just kind of go over everything in detail. What everything is, how to unlock it, you know, what is the forge, how do you access it, what does it do. But just for a quick overview, since you're watching this, I'm just doing just crafting a cosmetic, and then I'm crafting an overclock, which is an additional power to a specific gun for a specific class. In this case, it's the shotgun for the scout, which does like a rocket jump. And I use it mostly for when I'm falling or I accidentally fall. I'll pull out my shotgun real quick and shoot the ground and cushion me from taking fall damage. Yeah, so just keep an eye on my channel for a beginner's guide if you want to see more about how to do this. I'll probably be putting one out in the next week or so. I guess now's a good time to say like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I put that video out. One of my favorite parts of this game is grabbing a beer in between missions with friends and family.
Drink. Really?
No!
What the hell is wrong with you two?
Orders from management. Stop dancing and get to it.
Put the tube pad on.
I feel like dancing.
Oh, Dad, look at me. Are you looking? Mom, are you
Oh no!
Mom, look at
I'm looking at you. There's a pair of you. Are you looking at me? I'm headbanging. They got the dances all messed up.
me. And then, look at Mom. Okay, let's get to
Drop sequence initiating.
Want it. Yeet.
Overall, I've had a lot of fun playing this game. I was very surprised at how much fun it was just playing cooperatively with people instead of constantly playing competitively against them. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to playing it some more. My kid enjoys it. My wife a little bit, not so much. I think she gets lost in the caverns too much. She gets, she falls down a hole and she can't get back out, and you got 3 minutes to get to the pod. and that gets a little frustrating for her. But me, I like it. I think it's worth the money that they're charging. I think it's $30 full price. Sometimes it goes on sale for $15, $20. So I would recommend buying it and giving it a try if you kind of like this cooperative four-player peer-to-peer system. It's a fun game. It's not too grindy, but it's grindy enough to keep you trying to achieve something else and acquire something else. And the community seems pretty fun overall. There's a little bit of elitism going on, but not much at all. And most people are just very friendly and happy to help and willing to goof off in the space station, drinking beers and such like that. And there's just a lot of quality of life to this game that you don't really see in a lot of indie games. It's very professionally made. It's very fun to play. So, obviously I highly recommend it. Give it a try if you think you might be interested. And as always, give me a like if you found this helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber already. Hit the little bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. And I plan to do a few more videos of this game and in the future, so keep an eye out. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.
Objective completed. Launch controls are active and awaiting your input. Let's bring it home, team. Swarm, they're here.